My Nana has had like leukemia and
Oh,
a
Jesus.
ton of stuff the past year. I mean, her leukemia's over, but I don't know if it was leukemia. It was some cancer that was like a treatable one.
Yeah.
But I'm like sitting there like, I'll give him a shot. My other grandma was like 87, so my great grandma. So, although she'd probably survive it.
She a tank. She can handle anything.
Yeah, you know how like when you have a dog and it's like the aggressive dog that bites everybody and
But
it
they,
just
they
never
live
dies?
forever. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we look at her. She still says colored people.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. We just
Jesus.
every time we visit her, my mom's like, she's not going anywhere. My little brother is named Maxwell, and her name is Maxine. And she was telling people when they named him Maxwell that he was named after her. And my mom like never said anything because she was like, she's old. It's not worth
Yeah, it's not worth getting
telling her
into.
no. But they were always like, because it would annoy them because they didn't want him to be like bullied or something in school because
Yeah.
his great grandma keeps saying he's named after her.
I mean, you gotta develop tough skin pretty quick then if that's gonna be the case. Like you just
Yeah,
gotta
for sure.
you gotta know how to roll with the punches.
Yeah, which is ironic because he's the softest of all five of
Oh,
us.
Jesus. Damn it.
He's a mama's boy through and through.
Oh, God. So what else you been up to other than being sick? You've been playing. I saw you were playing games.
Yeah, I've been playing because I don't know. I've just felt like it. When the itch comes.
Oh,
I don't know what
I've
it
I've
is.
got the itch right now, but I can't play.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's
Right?
bugging the shit out of me.
I think I'm gonna play like for a little bit, and then whenever this comes or LBLCS comes up and all that jazz,
Yeah.
I'm gonna like take a break to like a week out of that or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. I'll figure it out.
I mean, I would say take a break, like start next week and just take a break from then until new season.
Yeah,
And then once the new season hits, just hit the ground running.
true. I kind of just want to play till the end because I saw 22 days left, and I was like, oh, that's like a good amount of time. That
It
if I
is.
played like 3 to 5 games a day or whatever day I can play, like I could see how far I get.
And then you could completely screw our point system for next year if you get too good.
I'll try not to.
I mean, don't hold yourself back because obviously, like that goes against the
Yeah,
whole point of it. But
yeah,
I think you'll
dude,
be fine.
it's interesting. I think our points will be fine though. Looking at our squad now, I don't want to. I don't know if we can spoil it.
I think we can. I mean, I'm still gonna make a hype video anyways, and like people watch the podcast, but it's not as much. So for those that don't understand what we're talking about, Paul and I are doing low budget LCS again next season, as we're gonna do every season, especially now that Paul doesn't have Uncle Sam breathing down his neck, so life's a little bit easier there. Him and I are gonna be laning together in bot lane, which is gonna be a blast. And
Yeah.
then we got Blue and Healy returning, so Nick and Nick returning in mid
Mhm.
jungle. Healy is going to maintain his role as jungler, even though he thought about swapping off to mid lane. Blue is obviously mid laner through and through. Marco is not going to be returning.
Yep.
Paul messaged him and he said that he wanted to play mid lane, which is his main role. Perfectly fine, understood. He was supposed to play mid laner for us last year and then swap because Blue wanted to originally play top and then realized that that wasn't going to happen. So now we are looking for a top laner. Have you talked to Mason at all?
Yes, Mason is down,
He's down.
and yes, and uh, Healy has a guy just in case points and stuff.
Okay,
So we have options. I
perfect.
think our top lane is like fairly filled, or at least we're at the point where we're comfortable with we can find somebody.
Yeah.
But
And then we have
I
Kento
haven't.
and Zebra as backups again.
Yep.
And then if Mark doesn't find a team, I'm assuming we might be able to get him to enlist as a sub.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. And I think he will though. He has friends playing in the league, so that made me sad.
Yeah.
But I also don't blame him. He's a mid laner,
Yeah,
so it makes sense.
and
I'm just sad.
that was my number one rule coming into this. Though, was like we had so many people playing off roles last split because
Yeah,
of everything that happened that it was like that cannot happen this year. Like it has
yeah,
to. Everybody has to be on their main. If you're not on your main, like sorry, I don't want to deal
yeah,
with those issues again.
yeah. And I don't know what it is. Like I don't sweat whatever Mason's playing. Like
No,
Mason just has that weird ability to be good at everything. So
what's his peak
he's
rank
like,
of last season?
I think he got. I don't know if he got diamond or not. I'd have to go back and look.
Because we're only allowed one diamond. That's the only flaw.
Yeah, that's why I let him know, like, hey, end of month, I'll know, or end of year,
Yeah.
as Blue would say. And end of either, we'll know the actual like points and all that. So
I'm excited.
it'll be interesting.
I really am. Like I'm happy that my schedule is like freeing up enough to the point where I'll be able to scrim once a week and everything
Yep.
else there. Like it's gonna be nice. Although I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit worried this week, but then I realized I'm being dumb about it because I have not had a second to breathe the last few days. Uh
Oh.
I was trying to get ahead on content because we're going back home to PA,
Hmm.
and I'm finally at that point today, but it took 5 days later than I was anticipating. And I had no free time. I was like, when am I going to ever fit scrims in here? And it was like, well, that's not true. So like what it's going to actually be at the end of the
Yeah.
year. Like I prepped 6 YouTube videos in 2 days, and I have 2 more to film on my React channel, which comes out starting on Friday.
Yeah.
That it's like I've been pumping shit out, but it's not actually going to be indicative of what it's going to be like next year because I can do a video the day before and not have a
Yep.
problem. I'm just trying to plan out all my fucking content through January 1st right now and do it all
Yeah.
right now, which sucks. But it's not bad.
It's gonna be interesting because I was thinking about that too though. Like scrimming and playing the games and doing the podcast is a lot of stuff. And on top of it, you have your like
I have a
your
life.
yeah, YouTube videos, you do your job. I'm job hunting. So and
Well,
at that point I could be starting a new job.
I was talking to Healy about this yesterday, or was it the day
Mhm.
prior when we were playing games? He was asking about like, it'd be great if we could have another day where we can just go in and talk, like not just show up for games, but talk. And I was blunt with him and just said, look, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have that time. Like
Yeah.
I'm promising a day of scrims, and I'll chime in. Like obviously we'll talk on Discord. I think like that's going to be the main like focal area where like if we have something we want to
Mhm.
address on or like communication like that'll be where it happens. But I don't think I can commit a second or like a third day each week to that. It's not realistic for me whatsoever. 2 days is already going to be like not bad, like especially with the LCS on weekends now. It's not horrible, but I don't know. We'll see.
It's we may have to do something where we like do the podcast after scrim
Yeah, which
type of
that I'm
deal.
fine with, to be
Yeah.
fair. Like on nights, especially where Emily's working, uh I'll have freedom to do whatever so long as like nothing else gets
Yeah.
in the way, but like sometimes I might have Verizon events. If I,
Yep.
I hope it happens, if I get the Mastercard thing, uh that's going to throw a kink into all this cuz
Yeah.
there's 10 hours a week of like classes and like studying and shit that I got to do for that. It
Uh-huh.
basically becomes like a college class that I'm doing
Uh,
on top of everything. Which, granted, that I can also turn into content. So like I can
yep.
do 2 birds, 1 stone with that. Like if I get that, next year is going to be insane because I'll also have
Yep.
2 weekends where I fly out to Berlin, 1 weekend where I fly out to Korea for Valorant Champions, and fly out to Worlds Finals.
That'd be sick though.
It'd be nuts. But
It'd be
like
awesome.
that, I mean, that's my biggest thing is like I'm being blunt up front. 1 day a week of scrims, 1 match day, I can 100% do. Anything else beyond that, I'm not willing to commit to it. I can't.
Yeah, I think we can get most of what we need to get done
Yeah.
on that one match day. Like The thing is, this will be a good test for you and I to see like what we can actually manage to do, especially for you, and I guess me too, because everything's
I was
changing.
gonna say your life's changing as well. Don't discount your like schedule being hectic.
Well, while I was on vacation, bro, in the happiest place on earth, and they dropped that, hey, your military job is probably being sunset. I was like, oh. I was like, that's kind of a big move. I was like, that's interesting. And they were like, yeah, we don't know what you guys will do. I was like, okay.
Where were you at whenever you got the news about that?
I was in my hotel room because it was the
Oh,
day
okay.
we were gonna go to the Christmas party at Magic Kingdom.
I was gonna
And
say,
so I
like,
was
if
just
you were
sitting in
in
there.
Magic Kingdom, like, say you're on like Space
Yeah.
Mountain and you get off the ride, and then all of a sudden it's like, huh, I don't have a job.
Well, the funniest
Huh.
part was it was leaked. It was leaked,
Oh,
so it was all I saw was memes on like this meme page for what I do in the army, and it said like all these people were posting like fake GoFundMe's for our platform, and I was like, what are these jokes about? And then I went and found it, and I went, oh, oh. So I was like, luckily I'm just a part timer, so it's no big deal. But
but now you have to
yeah,
slack it out in the real world with the rest of us plebs.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, it did help. Like, I read that and I was sad for a second, and then I was like, well, time to go read like Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron and
How's the Tron ride, by the way? That's
Seven
the only one
Dwarfs.
that I did not ride.
Tron, if you sit in the front at night, it's insane. If you're not in the front, I'd suggest to people like push yourself up on the handlebars
Yeah, so you
so
can
you
see
can
out.
see above everything. And it's really good. But at night it's way better than during the day. But either way, it's one of the coolest lines I've done there.
What's the best ride?
Guardians,
Okay.
hands down.
Yep. Just
Guardians
want to make
just
sure. What song did you get?
we got I don't even remember. I don't remember what it's called. I don't know why I can't remember what it's
Can you
called.
sing any bit of it?
No.
You're not gonna sing on
I've
stream.
done it. Well, no, because I can't remember the words. I've done
Uh,
it like 8 times.
can you sing like? Oh, so you've gotten multiple songs then. Never mind.
Yeah, I've gotten almost every song.
Okay. I Ran
Yeah.
by A Flock of Seagulls is probably my favorite, personally. Like, I think that
I,
might be the best. I know when I was there, Selvix was a big fan of September.
yeah. I like Disco Inferno a lot.
Disco Inferno's not bad. I don't know. There's just something about I Ran that like matches the space like vibe of it better than any other song. Like
I gotta hear it.
I can't play
I'm
it
playing
due
it
to
right now.
copyright issues, but
Yeah.
the
I
second
think we got this one.
let's go. Yes.
We did.
Yes, that's the best song. Because it has like this otherworldly feel to it
Yep.
that
I
other
didn't know
songs
what
don't
it was
have.
called. So this was one we got.
Let's go.
But we did it about 3 times while we were there. Tried to do it 4, but one of the virtual queues was like way too late when it finally popped.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're not gonna make that. And then we did Rise of Resistance only once because it broke down every day I was there.
Oh
And
shit.
so one of the days we weren't even at Hollywood Studios, but I just bought the Lightning Lane for it, and I was like, if it's up and running by the time this pops, we'll
Yep.
get over there. And so we were just in Epcot walking around, and then it was like 30 minutes out, and it was running. Got there, went through the whole line, and it broke down while we were waiting right in front of it.
Oh
And
no.
we were like, we'll wait. I was like, I'm gonna wait. And we gave it like 30 minutes. The cool thing was though, we were right next to where it goes. So we were
Yeah,
already
you
in
were already
the
like you were
Death
immersed in
Destroyer,
everything.
yeah. And I was just sitting in there, like I was like, this is sick though. I'm in a destroyer, like this is fun. And I just sat there.
Oh wait, were you were sitting in the car, or were you like
No,
the
we were
free
right
like
outside of the car.
oh like the area with the
Star
stormtroopers
Destroyers,
that
right? I
yeah
know.
that you could like
Yeah.
where you could walk around and like you're looking out into space and all that.
We were right after that.
Oh okay, yeah.
So you know the part in between there where they like section you all out,
Yeah.
different sides. That's where we were at.
Okay.
Because they just brought everybody in. Because they basically said like, "Hey, you can all leave if you want, and then if it starts working again, I guess just try your lightning lane again, or whatever." And people kept leaving, and we just sat there because we didn't have anywhere else to be. Like
Yeah, you're just gonna go
every
ride more
line there is
rides.
super long, so we were like, we'll just sit here.
Did you have a favorite restaurant that you guys went to? Like, what reservations did you get?
Space 220 was the best.
Space 220. Which one is that? I need to look that up.
It's in Epcot. It's by Guardians. It's next to Mission Space, and it is
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's space themed. It's very good.
I remember their menu actually being really good. The one that I
Their
went
food was amazing.
there, yeah, so they mostly do fish. As like a lot of restaurants in Epcot tend to do fish. I noticed
Yeah.
it seems to be more that way with the exception of the area back in France and then Germany as well, which obviously specialize in their meats. But the slow roasted Crystal Valley chicken, I remember being like really good.
Yeah, I so there we got I think I got a steak and it
Mm,
was super good. And then we went to Oscar House, which is in near Frozen,
yeah.
and that was good, but that was just to get the candlelight vigil. You had to buy like a dining package and that was the only one left. So
Mm.
that was the one we did. And then we ate in the castle. That meal was super good.
Oh, you ate at Bell's.
Yeah, Cinderella's Royal Table.
Oh, so wait, Cinderella's. I know the one with Belle, like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, there's a Beauty and the Beast one in the back.
Okay, where's the
And then
Belle one?
in the castle, the Bell one is where
Yeah,
is
it's in
behind
the
seven
back
doors.
corner. Yeah,
Hmm. It's in the back, and then there's Ariel there and Bell's
yeah.
area and Gaston's Tavern, and then what else did we eat at? We ate at Chef Mickey. That was
Oh,
good,
okay.
but that wasn't really. We realized that wasn't our speed. That was definitely for kids.
Oh
Like
yeah, it's like
we
they have
got
all
there
the
and we were like,
characters and
oh
shit out.
yeah. But I got a good photo with Pluto and Goofy, so that made me happy.
Nice.
And Goofy took Sam and like just took her arm and walked away.
That's
And
amazing.
I just looked at the worker and they're like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, "I'd leave me for Goofy too." I was like, honestly, so and he just started laughing.
That's amazing.
So I was like, "Have fun," but I don't know. I think Space 220 was like top notch.
The
Like,
the restaurants where like the immersion is peak is like
yes,
it like that's something that I wish more places did. And like if League of Legends was to ever have a theme park, they better fucking go all out. Like my
yeah,
expectation is Disney level, and you and I both know like the level of depth that Disney goes to. I can't speak much more than what I'm saying right now on it, but like that's my level of expectation if they ever were to do it.
yeah. We did most of Disney because I know how to work the app really well. Like, we did everything there, but it's pretty hard to do it all there. Like
Yeah.
my buddy who went couldn't get it, almost got it all done, but didn't quite finish it. I did all of Universal Studios in one day,
Yeah, I
and
feel
we
like
did not
Universal
have a.
Studios is easy to do in one
I
day.
was surprised. Like we showed now it was a Tuesday, so it wasn't a busy day, and we were walking on everything, but
Okay.
I was like shocked at the difference between Universal and Disney. I think Universal's really good, don't get me wrong, and their military ticket is crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's $200 for a year pass.
Yep.
But I was like it's just Disney is different. Like they're a different breed.
I noticed it with the Escape from Gringotts ride because I
Yeah.
was really excited for that one. I rode a single rider, so because Emily wasn't gonna do anything, I just kind of went up on. But you lack some of the immersion that Disney has. Like you kind of just like go up and like the area is cool, but like there's not that. Like I guess Rise of the Resistance is a great example, or like same with the Guardians of the Galaxy, where like you have the waiting area into like some sort of like cinematic or like experience that you kind of go through into another waiting area into the actual ride. But it like the immersion helps get you prepped and in the mood for what's
Mhm.
about to happen to you. And that doesn't
Yeah.
happen at Universal, which I think is like it really makes a difference. It really impacts it.
The which is the Green Gots one, the bank one?
Yes.
The bank one though, the line was really good at setting a tone, I thought. In
I
the
mean,
elevator.
I went single rider, so like it's tough for like
Oh,
I
okay.
skipped a lot of that, so maybe like I'm not the best like
That's what did it you in then.
Yeah.
Because the actual line queue takes you through like the teller area.
Oh, really?
And you like see the huge like chandelier and all that. It was really well built.
Dang.
But Harry Potter's probably what they nailed. I think like honestly most of the lines were pretty good thinking about it. It's just the screens were too many.
Yeah.
Too many simulator rides. That was for sure
Yeah.
my big takeaway. Like Disney has a lot of those now, and they're moving that direction. This is becoming a Disney podcast, my bad. But I could talk about it all day though. But they've moved to that, and it's kind of good, kind of not. Like
Yeah.
you want to make sure to have real ones. That's why I think Guardians is really important. Even though it's a lot of screens, it's also a lot of moving around with a roller coaster. So is Tron.
It's the perfect blend, I think, is the
Yeah,
important part. Because you're gonna have both, like you said, but it's just a matter of getting
yeah,
it right.
yeah. Like the difference between Frozen and Ratatouille. Frozen, actual animatronics. Ratatouille, mainly screens. Rise of Resistance, animatronics. Probably the best ride I've ever done. Like
Yeah.
that and Guardians and Avatar are like all just neck and neck. And then like same park of Rise of Resistance, you have Mickey and Minnie's, which is all screens.
Yeah.
So they do a good job at offsetting, and they have Star Tours there too. But then they have like a Slinky Dog and the Tower of Terror, so they offset themselves well. But I
Tower of
think
Terror was more
Universal,
fun than I remember it being at
it
first.
was, it was. I will give Universal though, like roller coaster wise, they are probably like if you want to just do roller coasters, go there.
Oh yeah.
If you like full experience, I think Disney's good.
Especially
Like I think they're way better.
which side of
For,
it is Universal? Adventure Island, I think is the name of it.
yes,
It's the
probably
one that's the
has
opposite of Escape from Gringotts. That there's the one side
yes,
that has
that's
like
Adventure Island.
that has like rock and roller coaster, which by all means is fun. The fact that you get to like pick your music when you're going on a roller coaster is freaking amazing. But the other side has just a stupid amount of like actually like really good coasters. Like
Yeah,
if you're a thrill fan, that's the side that you go on.
yeah. The Island of Adventure side had like the Velociraptor coaster, Haggard's coaster, which was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a wild coaster. That's different breed. And then what's the other one over there? Hulk was over there.
Yeah.
The Hulk was really good. And then the other side had whatchamacallits. I can't remember.
It had
I
Revenge of
can't
the
remember the
Mummy.
name.
It
Yeah,
had
Revenge of the Mummy,
Revenge of the Mummy, Rock and Roller
Green
Coaster,
God,
Fast and the Furious.
Transformers. Oh, the Rip It roller coaster. That's
Oh
the one it
yeah.
has. But that's the only coaster I think that's over there.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, like, but I don't know. Overall, I think like yeah, I'm more of a Disney nerd, so I'm gonna like Disney more.
Makes sense.
And I went to Universal. I did literally everything you can do, and uh, the Jason Bourne experience. If you ever go there, do that.
Yeah.
That was one of the best stage shows I've ever seen. But other
Holy
than that,
shit. Siege, thank you for the raid.
oh
We got 86 people joining in. Hope you like Disney.
yeah,
Holy crap. Oh man. I guess that's probably a sign though that we should swap it back over to League of Legends. Unless
yeah.
is there is there anything else you want to talk about when it comes to like Disney shit like that? The only thing I will say, I will promise you, when the League of Legends like park eventually opens up, I promise
Yes.
you, like you and I are going because I need somebody to ride rides with, and like hopefully by that point LPP will be a thing, like that I can get into, and maybe we get an invite out to the event, and like that'd be kind of cool like that.
Where do you think it would open?
Shanghai.
Shanghai.
Shanghai, 100%. Yeah. Not a doubt in my mind. Like, it wouldn't be anywhere else.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick,
It
dude.
would.
If they had a league park, like all the areas they could do,
It'd be
would be so
obnoxious.
good.
But they have
Yeah,
to do it right. You have to go to Disney route. Like, you have to make sure, like, nothing is
yeah,
seen in the public eye in terms of how people get around. Like, the immersion has to be great. Like, when you're going on whatever Yordle ride there's going to be, it needs to be like you need to get immersed in it before you go in. I'm trying to think what area do you think would be the best within the park?
Oh, in that kind of one,
Have a great night,
I
Siege.
in a Disney park or in a Riot one, I think honestly the Yordle spot would be interesting, but like Runeterra, I think
Well,
would be
Runeterra is
very.
the entire world, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you're right. Ionia, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah,
That
Ionia
would
would
be
be
very
fun.
cool, but I think the one I would get like stuck at would be Bilgewater. I think Bilgewater would really buy me in if it was a good Bilgewater too.
Like
Like
built
oh
over top of water and like everything.
yeah
They have the potential to do that. Well, the other one that I'd be really excited for if they could do it right would be Demacia. I love the
oh
marble
yeah
setup that Demacia has because like the marble is interlaced with anti magic stuff.
yeah
You could make that like gothic renaissance style beautiful and just
yeah
like there's so many possibilities that they could end up working into that park. I think Noxus would have the best roller coaster though, or like the best actual ride, because Noxus is about
probably
like the fighting and the thrill and everything else there.
yeah. And I mean yeah, Noxus would be. Could you imagine that Galio statue though? Like how cool it would look
Imagine how
if they
big they would
built
have to
some
make it
big
though.
old one. Yeah, they would have to make it really big. It'd be sick though. You could build it to like the height just under like what you have to put a red dot on,
Yeah,
and you could do that. That'd be so cool.
you go like
I don't know.
you have an underground section that is like
Yeah,
pure Zaun.
you could. Oh man, that would be so cool. And they could. Oh, and honestly, it's China and they're Tencent. They have a stupid amount of money.
Yeah,
They could probably break the rules of the height of a building for airspace. Like,
they could. That would also be a good ride. I mean, it's like a modern take on a classic, but you know the bungee like slingshot rides. Do you remember in
yeah,
Arcane when they like I think it was episode 4 whenever they first like introduced like the hyper drive or whatever the arcane thing
mhm,
was that they use for travel. You make a bungee thing that's like AR as
yeah.
well that you like sling people out like into like space of
That'd
arcane,
be
but like you're
cool.
starting in Piltover and then you kind of get launched out. Like Jace is the one, Jace or Heimerdinger are like the ones that like pull the lever that
Yep.
launches you out.
You do a cool people mover of like
Oh yeah,
those
you could.
boats above the sky. That'd be a really cool people mover.
God,
The
I
gondolas are just boats.
that's I'm trying. Would you rather it be stationed at something like Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Magic Kingdom?
I mean, it would probably be best to look like a Magic Kingdom. Like, I think Magic Kingdom has the best build for that type of thing. I don't know what your centerpiece would be for a League of Legends like theme
That
park.
that's the thing, and that's what makes me think that Epcot might be it,
Yeah,
because then you could kind of like go around the world a
yeah,
little bit
around
better.
something.
But then again, I mean,
That's true.
di- Magic Kingdom does the same thing though.
And Magic Kingdom just does that the best to me. Because, dude, this is whooping my tail.
Welcome to COVID, buddy.
Yeah, but
Shit sucks.
what they kill is like the fact that the way they change to the area. That's what I think really nails it. Like, you have to make sure that people feel like they're going to a different place. Because when you're in the Magic Kingdom and the music switches, that's what really signals to your brain, like, oh, I'm in Adventureland or Frontierland.
Yep.
And if you can nail that with League of Legends stuff, and the music is so good in League, like, that should be easy, then they could really buy people in, I feel like.
There will be a different Imagine Dragons song for every single section.
And you'll be mad at every single one. You'll be telling people this isn't even their best. Like, have
Yeah.
you seen their best stuff?
There
If it
will be
was that good, it would be at 1 billion plays on Spotify.
No, you know what you do? I just realized. Here's your centerpiece. Your centerpiece is a stadium.
Oh, that would be
You have a
cool.
stadium where there's a you make it so that there's a possibility of like you can enter just the stadium portion, or you can kind of go to
Mhm.
the park, and you have the entire world of Runeterra with the arena in the middle for
That
worlds
would be
and
cool.
esports where you're playing in Runeterra.
That would be very cool. Do that for the third international event. It's always there.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And then like and have that be like your kickoff event too. That like
yeah,
kicks off the year of like the park being open and like, you know,
yep.
oh
That would be
man.
sick.
Why don't
Screw
we
League of Legends too.
why don't we work for Riot? I'm confused.
Because our dreams would probably bankrupt them
True.
so fast. we would we would run them into the ground.
They'd be out of money in 2 years. And then they
Yeah,
look back and
it's
be like, what happened to Tencent? They were doing so well. And then you look at the two of us being like, we wanted a park.
the exact same reason Bob Iger doesn't read the Reddit for Walt Disney World and go, yeah, I should just tear down all of Dinoland and build it as what is it, Zootopia in about 6 months. That'll be easy.
Oh, speaking of that, was Tiana's area open?
No, no,
Okay, see that,
it's not.
but that's the point. It wasn't open when I was there in February. So,
I go back in June and it's supposed to be open.
ooh, okay.
We'll
Very
see.
nice.
And I gotten more arguments again every time I go because I wear my Splash Mountain shirts and people try to hit me with their lies, and I have to teach people geography every time I go. They tell me it's terrible they got rid of it for a ride that's not even in the frontier. Splash Mountain was the frontier, and Tiana's not the frontier. And I go, Splash Mountain was Georgia, and they're like, no, it wasn't. And I'm like, it's literally based on a Georgia plantation. That's
Yeah.
why they kind of had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Tiana is Louisiana. And if you take a map, Tiana is lefty loosey. And I'm like, left is west on an American map. I'm like, that's the frontiers, the west.
More so than what it was.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know what you want. I'm like, they're moving west.
Oh, man.
People get really mad when I tell that too. I'm like, they've moved more west. They're like, that's not true. I'm like, well, I don't mean to quote the movie because it kind of is a movie that probably shouldn't keep going. That is a tough thing. I was wearing my Splash Mountain shirts because they're cool. Like, I have shirts for a ride that's done, and I loved that ride as a kid.
Yeah, and,
But
and
now
now it
when I
has
wear
increased
it,
value as well.
yeah, but I also, like, don't love wearing it now.
Yeah.
Because when I wear it, there's a certain people group that like comes towards me and they talk to me because it's Disney. They want to talk to you so bad, and they're like, "Hey, I like that ride. Isn't it wrong they got rid of it?" And you're like, "No, I don't think it is." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I know that's your company, and I shouldn't have said that, but." It's part of life. Part of life. And they all like tell me the same thing, and I have to be like, yeah, dude, it sucks it was taken down. It was my favorite ride too. I loved it forever. But some things just can't escape what the background was, you know what I mean? Like background is the background. I know you can't speak on it.
And for that reason, I think we move on. Because I can no longer speak. I cannot say a word.
And I'm sorry, Disney adults. I am one of you.
So did you get to watch the Dantes Invitational at all?
I got to watch quarterfinals.
Okay. Finals.
Which, when I saw it was best of ones, I was like, oh. And then he made a great joke.
Oh boy, I don't want to. Is it bad?
No, his joke was,
Oh, okay.
some of you may say, is quarterfinals being best of ones the dumbest thing you've ever heard of? And to that, I would say, probably. Did I think about this? Not at all. I just made a tournament. And I was like, that's so good.
I mean, yeah, that works. Although I will say finals is great. Best of 5 fearless draft. That was fun.
Yeah,
And
I bet it was.
our boy from TikTok, Ractic and his group ended up pulling it out and beating Dom.
Really?
Yeah. So I know he appreciated the post, but like honestly, like I was gonna make one for either him or Brikachu was also possibly gonna make finals, depending on like who ended up winning. Was gonna call both of them out, but like having a TikTok creator finally like breaking through in that regard is
Yep,
really freaking cool. We
it
finally have
is.
somebody representing, as well as like obviously Electro's like doing his own thing and popping off, and then Miss Chim Chim is crushing it on the LCS front. But like we're TikTok people are finally starting to break through.
Yeah. I mean, TikTok is like, isn't it kind of the biggest social media platform, or is it?
I think it's the most engaging right now, other than YouTube. Like YouTube will always be like
Hmm.
Big Papa, king of
Yeah.
all.
I was just gonna say TikTok like does crazy numbers, and I see people watching it all the time. I think it's just that League is so. My bad, my throat is dying. But especially LoLEsport is like really dug in on X, so it's hard to get people to transfer over. But it seems like TikTok has a pretty massive League of Legends fan base.
The thing is that TikTok, in my opinion, is like the home of culture. At least right now. Like
Mhm.
if you want to be in on current trends and current culture, you're in on TikTok. Like no other platform is doing so. Like you look at Instagram Reels, you look at YouTube Shorts, you look at like literally anything else, and it's all reposted TikTok trends from anywhere between 24 to 72 hours later. And it's like you just don't have it. It's because the younger audience is there. Like the younger audience always kind of sets the culture and like is a little bit ahead of the trend, and League just isn't like as popular there relative to other games. It's just not, and you got a long way to go to break through, and that's fine. I agree with something that Kelsey Moser said in reply to one of my
Mhm.
tweets of like attention span for League of Legends might not be there, and it's not easy to like have the most clickbait things in the world on League of
Yeah,
Legends, but at least we have the YouTube and Twitch front. We're still like one of the top games on Twitch at all times. Uh, YouTube, we're still obviously crushing it and doing well. So
yeah,
I don't know.
and I do think like that those tourneys though are always good because they bring some exposure to different platforms, and it gets people on Twitch to actually check out other things. I was surprised though his what he get on finals viewership wise.
I have no clue. I'll be honest with you. I turned on the stream for 30 seconds and immediately went to one of the players' streams.
Oh, okay.
His
He's
style
too
of
much.
his comedy, his everything else is not my speed. And it just
Yeah,
I realize that, and hey, that's fine. You do you, but like
yeah,
I'm gonna go watch the individual stream and watch that perspective because I can't handle
yeah. No,
the
yeah.
really edge lord jokes. Like
He's
I
a
tune in and
super degen.
the first thing. Oh, what were they talking about? Something about not. It wasn't the sister thing that was blowing up on Twitter. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know, but there were like pedophile jokes being made, and I was like, no, I'm
Yeah,
not
he's.
not my speed.
I'll put it this way: I've never actually followed him on Twitch. I just click on his stream occasionally if I see it there. You know what I mean? It's one of those, oh, none of the people I follow are on. I'll click on this one right now. Because I don't watch a lot of like day streamers except Drew do. And his schedule's really just whatever he wants it to be. So it's usually whenever the boss isn't on. And Dantes streams until the boss, so everyone's trying to avoid him. And it's like, yeah, he's there. I guess I'll watch this. And it is a lot. It is a lot to take in.
Yeah,
You you have to get through like I don't know what it is. Occasional muting helps if you can't handle it, which probably means you just shouldn't watch it at all, to be
I'm just
honest.
not
But
gonna watch it.
yeah,
That simple.
Dots is a lot to take in. He's like a DGen in their highest form.
Yeah, like that's the perfect way to summarize it. That it's like,
Yeah,
you know what, you do
yeah.
you. I'm sure there's an audience for it. Clearly, there's an audience for it, but like, not.
Probably a Disney adult for all the people still watching. No, they get that reference.
Oh God. Okay, but there is something that came out of the tournament though that I want to talk about because we kind of mentioned it briefly in in chat or like in our DMs, and that it. Did you see the Reddit thread about people saying that Dantes' tournament is a reason why voice comms should not be in League of Legends?
No.
It was like one person that posted it, and granted, it had like 30,000 or not 30, like 3,000 upvotes.
Oh, okay.
But all the comments were notably fighting against it. But the thing is, like, comments aren't always like good that people were fighting back against like the narrative, because realistically, it was only CF Blade and like a few people that were like flaming their low elo players and like making it toxic. But I was surprised at the amount of people that tried to weaponize that against voice chat. And I would just say,
Mhm.
people really need to just. I'm sorry, but voice chat needs to be in the game now. The story I was going to tell you. So we were playing Modern Warfare 3 the other day. It was me and a friend from New York. And as always, I don't know if you've caught any of my streams where I'm playing it, but
No, I haven't been able to.
I shit talk a lot. Like,
Really?
I'm a completely different person when I play Call of Duty versus when I play League of Legends. And we come on and I start shit talking the other team. They start shit talking back. It was a great experience. Then some clearly white dude comes on and just starts dropping the N-word hard R. He says it once, says it twice, is midway through saying it the third time, the game auto mutes him. And like he can't message. We tried unmuting him, like, okay, like maybe it's just like temporary. No, like he got like full like chat ban, chat restricted. He couldn't say shit. It kept him in the game. It didn't ban him from the game itself. But he was no
Wow.
longer able to communicate with anybody at all.
Well, that's good.
And that's like once I heard that, it's like, okay, why can't we have that in League where certain words are just banned in voice chat, and it's going to be easier to check the logs of a voice chat. Like if somebody like, people will passive aggressively ping and all that shit, like they're trying to put like band-aids over that. But like if somebody does something to get themselves in a toxic situation because of something they said on voice chat, it's got to be easy to check the logs and just be like, okay, yeah, you're being a toxic piece of shit, banned, bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how do data laws work with that?
I don't
In
know.
every
I'm assuming you consent like in the agreement that you sign
Yeah,
whenever you get on the games, like, use of voice chat includes the recording, monitoring, and subsequent punishing of unwarranted aggressive
that
actions or
makes
whatever.
sense.
Like it's just an agreement that you're signing up for. And if you don't like it, then
Yeah.
don't play the game or mute yourself.
Yeah, because that would be good if they could like auto ban them. Because it's like I don't know. I know people are gonna say bad things in voice chat, but
Yeah,
it's
they always
League.
will.
Like voice chat is. I think it would help so much
Agreed.
with ranked games in like explaining your opinion to people. Like a game I had today, like our jungler was just getting mad that people weren't walking where I wanted, so he just started inting, and I was like, maybe if we could have talked to him, like our perspective, maybe it would have worked out. Probably wouldn't,
Yeah, but you
because
at least try.
yeah, but you can try, and it's like that helps, but I don't know. I think it would be so much better because at least they can play the game instead of typing to each other, because they were both typing, and there was a point where they were both just standing in fountain typing because they were so mad at each other. And I was like, at least with voice chat they can just say it while they're playing the game, and I can just mute both of them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or mute the one I don't like, listen to the one I do like, and whenever he's like arguing, occasionally unmute the other guy and throw in something,
Yeah,
like maybe we
throwing a
could
little
do
grenade.
this. Yeah. Well, not even a grenade, just like a peace treaty. Like maybe we could try that. I don't know. No, be like maybe we could. It'd kind of help. It'd be cool.
Oh
It would be
man.
pretty great if you didn't just run into all of them. No. Type of deal, but I don't know, dude. People in me are psychos.
I mean,
Like
so
in like ranked.
no,
It
I
seems like
I get you.
most people are just about to explode. Like a play goes wrong and they just lose their mind, and if you put, "Hey, if you just hold on, we can win the game." And they're like, "Nah. I'm good." It's like, "Okay."
I wonder why that's like that though. Because like every other game, like you look at Valorant, you look at Call of Duty, like Call of Duty I had the most experience with. Somebody says something like that, or like you shit talk a little bit, like I don't implode, I lock in. And there's like that feeling of like wanting to prove somebody wrong, just so that afterwards it's like you look at the leaderboard and like I'm top of the leaderboard and screw you. I was able to overcome this. Like I like and you can walk away saying like, "Oh, you only did this because I told you to." It's like, "No, I did it because I'm fucking good. Fuck you." Like
Yeah.
there I don't know. There's a perceived difference or like a very clear difference between the two communities of like FPS versus MOBA that I just don't get. Especially in MOBAs where like games go late and like anything can
Yeah.
happen later. Whereas like FPS games, like if you don't turn it around within a reasonable amount of time, it's just not happening.
Yep. And they like you'll have people who like you'll say, "Oh, well, I gapped you in lane. I don't care. Like your team's winning because our top laner inted," and the other person will just like start typing paragraphs. Like I'll type to some like I can type like one sentence and get somebody to be typing to me the rest of the game,
Yep.
and it's crazy to me. And it's like on the enemy team, I can just be like, I I can be like, "Hey, you sucked in lane," and that person will start writing like their whole like college thesis on why they think they're better than me, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna just click play again. Like, you don't need to type this. And they're just typing it out, and it's wild to me. Like, even that guy who added me today, this card that's running it down in our game added me, and he's like typing to me all this stuff about how mad he is, and I was like, if you leave me as your friend, I'll int you in a game. Like in 2 months, you'll forget who I am, and I'll add you. And then he unadds me, and he's like, I guess you're just a psycho who won't talk to me. I'm like, yeah, dude. Why would I talk to you? I was like, you're writing paragraphs on why you hate me, and it's like, and you'll type, oh, dude, like, I don't like you, and they'll just be like, well, that's crazy. It's like you didn't have to say that. You didn't have to make it like personal thing. It's like, dude, you're like spam typing in a game.
Yeah.
It's like this is crazy behavior. Especially the people who add you after games. They are a different breed.
The stuff
Like adding you to type to you is crazy.
I remember I accepted one of those just to post it for a TikTok video just because I knew what was going to come and it immediately
Yeah,
happened. And people were like, oh, it's your fault for accepting it. It's like, yeah, first and foremost, I know that. I'm doing it for the sake of content. But
yeah,
second, no, there really shouldn't be this expectation that you go into a game and you're just immediate. Like, if you accept a friend
yeah.
request, you're just going to get flamed. Like, that speaks horribly on the community. And if you don't see that, that
It
is a
does.
big problem.
And I was kind of laughing to myself because I was like, there's no world I'd actually run it down on this guy because I don't want that loss. Why would I want that? And I don't want to get banned.
Yeah.
But the fact he like unadded me, like, does show where the community's at. That I say that, and he's like, could not be an empty threat. and he unadds me because there are people who do that
Yeah.
enough that he was like, oh, I might be better off getting rid of you.
Oy vey.
It's like it's crazy, dude. There is
Do you think it gets better with whatever change they have coming in 2025?
uh I don't know. The game is gonna be a lot different, so maybe people are more positive. I mean, the Tyler ones and the the Baus, like the Baus seems to be happy with where the game's going.
Yeah.
From his last stream I watched. Maybe it was just the part I watched and he's not. But Tyler one seems interested in the new stuff. And I'm only saying him because he has crazy reach.
Yeah.
His reach is just insane. And I think it could go a good route. I'm definitely on the train of like they need to slow down introducing champions right now.
The
But
sad
I've
thing
been
is they
saying
even
that for a
did.
while. They did.
Yeah, I mean we got less champions over the last 2 years, like by one less to be clear. But
Oh,
like, I mean, it's at least something. But I
yeah.
okay. So let me ask you this: what do you think is like? Because Pew Pew Lasers tweeted out for those that don't know that 2025 is going to be the year that changes League forever.
Okay.
What's your guess? Because that's such a vague statement, but such a massive promise.
I do really hope they don't do League of Legends 2.
I
They just
don't.
keep
They
calling
won't.
it League
Yeah,
with a
they'll.
reskin.
Yeah, that's what it'll be. If anything, it'll
Okay,
be a massive update and overhaul to the
cool.
base game. They will not do a second version of the game. That is never coming and never gonna happen.
Yeah, because we don't need a LoL classic. We don't need any of that jazz. We just need League to keep changing. That's what makes it so addictive. And I do think like that big update is going to be probably a significant map change. They've already started it this year, and it looks like they're going to keep going in that direction at least. And hopefully not a ton of new champions, but my guess is they're going to be dropping a stupid amount or something of that line.
I don't think so. That
Maybe,
wouldn't be game changing though. Like that wouldn't change League forever.
yeah, it wouldn't. New champs. Maybe they do like do a new map, like a legitimate new like game mode, but
Maybe.
I don't know what you would do. I don't really know how you change the game because I don't want to get rid of Dragon Sword Baron.
I don't think they get rid of those. I don't think you have to get rid of the fundamentals, but like I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is a brand new client.
Yeah, Premiere mode.
Built entirely from the ground up with Premiere mode in there, with the ability to watch like League of Legends competitive matches in client. Like gut feeling says the client is getting a massive change, but that can't also be the only thing that would change it forever. That would have to enable other things
Yeah,
as well, which I think could be partially Premiere.
sixth player.
I saw some people saying that it could be like a story mode. And I was like, that
Oh,
doesn't change League forever.
no, that's
The base game
MMO.
is the base game is multiplayer. What does PvE change anything about like the base? It
Yeah,
doesn't. So
I
it
can.
has to be
Yeah,
something either in game or like that changes directly how we play multiplayer like League of Legends.
I could see a Premiere mode for sure. Because like Arena is fun, but I don't think Arena is actually like. I don't know. I don't know a lot of people playing Arena die hard.
I don't
Like,
anymore.
yeah, and so I think it's fun, but it's definitely not taking over League. Uh, Premiere mode would be the biggest thing you can do without completely breaking the game, and then probably some massive map changes.
Yeah.
I mean, items are already going in the right direction, getting rid of mythics. I wasn't a huge mythic fan, anyways. So moving in that direction is cool. Uh, can't really add a sixth player because that would ruin esports.
Yeah, no, you can't.
Like it completely changed the market. And you can't take away champions because people would riot. My guess would be to make it fun. They would hopefully add some skins for champs that haven't got them in years. That would be probably good for people, but I know that's not groundbreaking for League.
Yeah.
Probably Premiere mode or something of the Premiere mode sorts.
Premiere mode's my baseline. Like that to
Yeah,
me is like the automatic that changes everything. Because then you also get rid of like NACL is a thing, sure, but like that's fed into by Premiere. And that
yeah,
directly changes like how we interact with the base game. Like ranked, as important as it is no longer the most important thing in the game, which that directly shifts the entire community perception around it, like to
yeah.
the core.
No, you're right. Like, it does completely change the idea of the game. And having that, like, a guaranteed NACL spot, or what are they calling it now? Challengers?
Yeah, NACL.
Okay. A guaranteed challenger spot through Premiere mode would be sick.
Yeah,
Like, that type of thing would be cool. I don't know if they can pull that off or not, or how they would even do it.
it would have to be a new client entirely.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way you get high school kids to, like, band together, but you also make, like, the most toxic high school kids of all time. Well, bro, we gotta cut you because you're not good enough.
Bro, high school drama over League would be freaking incredible.
Hilarious,
It'd be,
hilarious.
oh my god. You already got like the least socially
Yeah,
inept people as is, and then you just throw more drama on top. It's like, oh man.
man, those seniors we had in 2025 were irreplaceable.
Oh
You,
God.
you got to have a good senior class with that one freshman who really just has the it factor.
Yep. The prodigy talent that's gonna go D1 full ride.
Yeah. At Maryville. Or
And
like sometime by 2033, it'll be maybe it'll
or
be like in North Carolina or Michigan.
he's gonna get the full ride, but he's gonna go the MLB route and like forego it and enter the league at 18 instead. But then he's gonna flame out in his first year and then go back to college and then have this 5-year long redemption arc.
Yo, that
Oh
could you
God.
imagine the electricity if the SEC figured out that there was something else they could try to dominate?
Yeah.
They would go crazy. I
The
mean, that yeah.
They could. I just wanted to make a quick comment on YouTube chat. They said the only thing about new clients that they would probably have to raise the system requirements, which would mess up South America and East Europe. They already are getting rid of legacy Windows systems at the end of this year, and I think at some point it's healthier for the game to just do so. I think appealing to everybody while pleasing not nobody, but not pleasing the same amount is not worth it. I think they would be fine upping some of the because think about it. Fortnite is harder to run than League of Legends, yet Fortnite is more played. So I think they can get away with raising the standards if it brings more to the game, like enough to warrant it. If it's just like a few champions or a few skins, then no. But if it's like massive changes to the game, including Premiere and a new client, then yeah, I think it's 100% worth it in every way. Then your SEC schools get in on it. And then life is good. And I become an obnoxious Florida Gator fan. And I start playing the fight song at the beginning of every single podcast.
That would be pretty electric. I mean, they have to do a lot of pull right now into fixing that client because really the client being the only thing that's holding them back is kind of sad for a game that is this big and popular. Like I get what people are saying with South America and all those others, but it's kind of just is what it is moment at this point. Like they're gonna have to do what they have to do. Like computers are moving up in general.
Yep.
And
trust me, I know. I'm on a new one.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
great.
You're on your new supercomputer.
It's absolutely great. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, I would have liked to not have to pay $2,000 for it, but alas, here we are.
I mean, that is part of it. It is gonna suck though, if all those people don't have an opportunity to play.
Yeah.
Like I do understand that would be really bad for them, and I'm sure they're thinking of something about it. They have to be kind of, I don't know, keeping them in the back of their mind though.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna kill a whole fan base.
No, they won't.
But
so I got one more thing I want to do with us, and then we can kind of just like conversate. Like, I don't think. Well, first, is there anything you want to talk about before I do this? And then otherwise, we'll just
I had one thing I was gonna talk about. Your the LCO guy who tweeted you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That made me interested. Is there an actual number on those salaries?
On the LCL? I have no clue.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I didn't even get the notification for that because I have the tweet muted. It legitimately just came up. I opened Twitter this morning, and I was scrolling through, and I saw somebody tweet about like wait until they see LCO salaries, and I was like, who are they talking about? And I looked down on the quote retweet, and I was like, why the fuck am I there? When did this happen? And then he's quote retweeting something from when or budgets got cut in freaking May.
Yep.
That it was like, one, the shock and awe of that was the fact that you're going from $80,000 in salary down to what they're getting paid now. That's the shock factor. I'm not denying that the salary should have been lower or anything like that, or like that LCO, congrats, you're getting paid in shoeies out in fucking Australia. Congratulations. But like, that wasn't the point. But whatever. It's fucking wild.
It is interesting because, like, that is so crazy that over there that scene died just so quick, or went down as quick as it did. I guess it's not dead, but it's like I don't even know how you fix that. Like, what would you do?
You can't. You can't. If there
Like,
was
it's
enough
just not a
interest to
big enough
fix it, it
server.
would start fixing itself on its own. And I know people are going to be like, "Oh, well, Riot has an obligation to really invest in those scenes." It's like they kind of did. That was what the whole system was beforehand, and it wasn't growing. It wasn't building itself. And like we're already seeing it now with other regions. Like there's
Yeah,
only so far down you can go on the competitive totem pole before people stop giving a shit.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like almost why America's is gonna have to happen
It's
over
going.
here.
Oh, it's going to. Like, congrats to Mark Z. Good luck figuring that one out.
Yeah, because it's like the if they would have gone in with PCL, is that what Taiwan is now, right?
PCS.
PCS.
PCS. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, PCS. If they would have combined with them sooner, I think it would have maybe helped them. But at the end of the day, it's just one of those. Is what it is. They don't have the player base to compete with that. You have the only people they could compete with is Taiwan and Japan, and Taiwan is practicing like near Korea. Their players are playing Korean solo queue and stuff like that. So
Yep.
good luck battling with them. And I don't know. I don't know what you want. Like as a region, some regions are just doomed from the jump. Really.
They are. And look,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that North America's in the greatest boat either. We got our own
Yeah.
problems. Thank Christ we're back on weekends.
Yep.
Uh, I mean, we'll touch more on that next week. Like, I feel like next week is going to be more of a retrospective on the year, which, by the way, I might need to move it to Thursday. I'm not sure when we get back from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I'll let you know. Uh, but I don't know. We got shit to work on here. It's not like we're safe from what happened to them. I mean, we have the protection of like Riot's not going to let a North American scene go, given that we're filling up fucking stadiums when our teams aren't even playing. So
Yeah.
we're not in danger of North America going away in League
Yeah.
anytime soon. But we got problems to work out.
Yep. And I know that I guess there's no better way to do it. If a country as big as America is struggling at League, then if you're not as big and you don't have the resources and your culture doesn't care as much about video games, it's just not going to happen.
No, it's not.
Like, it's just not.
And there's nothing you can do about that.
No, it's unfortunate. It sucks because love for everybody to eat and you want everybody to get their money. But right now, League is, and your video was really good on it, the golf one, because I was catching up on all your stuff. Like, financials, League is just not the place right now if you're rich or want to be rich. It is the place if you have passion.
I mean,
What I would say.
but that's the honest truth of it. And like,
Yeah,
I think if you have any brain on you and you genuinely care about League of Legends and you want to see like you care about the money, you'll still get involved with general League of Legends because this game
yep,
isn't going anywhere anytime soon. And especially with 2025's changes coming out with Arcane, with all these other things going on, is like the biggest thing that people have to understand is that the market is international.
yep,
I'll tell you right now on my views, like the views on my YouTube channel and on TikTok, like if you talk about international League of Legends, it pops off. And if I
yep,
wanted to bait it just for the views, I could do that all day. I start learning LPL, start learning LCK, start talking about that, and I'd be good. But that's a free market for somebody. There's nobody on TikTok that covers the LCK or LPL in the same way that I do the LCS.
hmm
Nobody. So if somebody wants to go in and do that, there's a market for you.
yeah,
And like eventually it could turn into something. You don't know what. We never know what all this shit's going to turn into. But it's at least a pathway.
yeah. I'm sure you could easy get to 100,000 followers on TikTok just like doing sucking up content about T1.
Oh my god, yeah.
Easily.
I mean,
Easily.
that's the one. Have you seen the clips of the one guy that's like, Carrier is the best support in the world, and here's what he does, and it's like a simple flash predict, but he's just like really breaking it down at like a minute level of detail. It's like, oh my god, dude, come on.
Yeah.
He,
But people eat it up.
but they, dude, those videos had like 60, 70,000 likes on them, let alone the
Did you
views.
you see the top laners of all time list?
No,
Somebody dropped the top laners of all time. I'm the top is really whooping on me. But
who's the top
their
top?
number
Con?
one was owner. Or not owner, my bad, Saves. It was Saves.
Bro, he's been in the league for what, 3 years?
You know who was number three? Nuguri. I was like, bro, there was a time period. No, my bad. The Shy was number one.
Oh, okay.
Zeus was number two.
Okay.
Nuguri was number three. And I was like, brother, there was a time period where people thought Nuguri would never end. And like, if people think he's not number two,
Yeah.
like he could be number one. Like it's close between him and the Shy. But there was a time where he was literally just standing in lanes under towers, like annihilating people.
Yeah.
Like he was a prodigy.
I think
Like insane
the Shy deserves one.
for longevity. Yeah.
Not even just for longevity, but like I don't know if there's a single person that was ever like as dominant over their role as the Shy was in 2018.
Well, wasn't Nuguri's run when DK won like crazy?
I mean, it was
Or he was.
it was good. Was it the Shy 2018 level?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not
It
trying to
was.
suck. I'm not trying to suck off the Shy either.
No, I get you. It was. It was like.
Okay.
It was basically that. Like there was games where he was like flame horizoning someone once a week,
In that case, yeah.
like
So
in
Nuguri.
LCK.
Either way, Nuguri 1, Shy 2,
Like
Smeb and Khan probably have to be up there.
yeah, he like Nick is right. Like Shy just didn't lose. That's why I think he gets that number one because he was so like longevity. Yeah, Smeb should have been way up there too. I was just shocked and I was chuckling, but they had Zeus at two, and in the comments, bro, it blew my mind. People were saying like, "How's he number two? He's number one. He's dominating people. He's crushing."
Oh
And
my
I was like,
god.
"Oh my lord."
Bro choked the biggest series of his life the first time that he got there. I'm sorry, he doesn't get that. Like, how many times has Nuguri choked a world championship?
Joke the world champion? I don't know. I don't know if he has. I mean, he just didn't make him.
I mean, he won. Was he still with Damwon in 2021 when they played EDG in finals? Or did they swap out to Khan?
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that was Khan, wasn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember because he went to FPX at one point, and he was like trolling at FPX. So
Now I'm curious because I don't want to mess up.
oh, he's right. Nick has a good point. He said you're the same player that lost to the Korean 10 spot without Faker. That is a good point.
Yeah,
If
no,
you're one of the
that.
best top and Marin, like Marin was fifth on there, and I was like, dude, there's no way people think Zeus is better than Marin right now.
Yeah.
Like Marin would not have done what they did, falling apart like that without Faker. Like
By the way, it was Khan on
it was
in
Khan.
top lane 2021 when Damwon lost 3-2 to EDG at
Yeah, okay. Because I
Worlds.
think Nuguri took the pay. Like he took the money and went to China.
Yeah, and then he came back to Damwon in 2022,
Yep.
which Damwon had like what series did they end up losing in 2022? It was a close one. It was beyond a wait. It wasn't that like Showmaker or no?
Was that when they lost to Deft?
Well, no, because Def beat EDG in the quarterfinals because I was just rewatching that game earlier today.
Oh yeah.
Because the Def the inhibitor, no, was it Gen G? Was it the reverse sweep there? No, it was the yeah, it was Gen G. Yeah, it was
Oh
Gen G
my god.
reverse sweep. Gen G was up, I think 2-0, and then or Damwon was up 2-0 or something like that. Somebody was up 2-0, and then they got reverse swept again.
Because like from a longevity and top of the food chain perspective, the Shy is probably number one. Because he's now been to what, two Worlds Finals, and absolutely curb stomped one, struggled in the other, which I get. Zeus has also done the same, but Zeus, yeah, there's an argument for Huni, but Zeus is like, I don't know, he's never like looked like that guy to me on his own.
With the
Their
exception of
team,
finals this year.
yeah,
Finals
this
this year
year
was like the first time, but even
for
that felt
sure.
like the Shy running it down a bit.
Yeah, and he's on his own. He's yeah, it's just on his own. I don't think I could say like he is. I think their team together is just really good.
Agreed.
They're like the definition of some like of their parts. They're just way better together, type of deal. It's just not right.
I mean, I agree. What was our original topic and why we were bringing this up? I forget.
Tweets. I was just talking about tweets I saw,
Ah,
and we were saying how you can put like that post there did crazy numbers because T1 was mentioned
oh yeah,
and high rated. Like
yeah,
if you just talk about T1, you will pull crazy money.
yep.
Like you want to make it big in league, start out talking about T1 and then talk about what you love.
I mean, look, League Partner Program is apparently going to be opening up next year, so
Nice.
I'm next year could be a big year for content creators in League. Like if you started post 2018 as a content creator and you're not like up that upper echelon, like next year is going to be single-handedly one of the biggest years that you've ever had in League. If it's going to
Mhm.
work out, like this is it's all about the thing that people need to know with life is that it is all about positioning yourself to be in the right spots at the right time.
Yep.
That's with every job. Like if you want a promotion, you need to be in the place where, a spot above you opens up so that you can move up. And it's the same thing for League content creators this year. And like my eyes are on Siege, which again, thank you for the raid, and to all of his people that might still be watching. If you haven't, consider following the channel. It would be much appreciated if you do. Hope you enjoy the content so far. But like for us, it's gonna be big because like you don't know when you're gonna get another chance. I mean, you want to assume that you're gonna grow at all times, but there's always a chance that you give up along the way in the journey because like life gets in the way and shit happens. But like you need to catch a break at some point, and this could be it. This could very well be the break. Anything else to mention before the final thing?
No, sir.
Nothing.
No.
All right, we got a trivia game that Healy provided for us that he wanted us to do, and I promised him that we would do it. So, if you pull stream up, and
Yep.
then notably make sure you're seated just a little bit more to your left.
Oh. Is that? No, no. I went the wrong way. My bad.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I want to try and do this without Healy in voice chat, and then we can go from there, and then we can vet it against him. But basically,
Oh, these are champs?
yeah. Wait, actually,
Oh, what?
let me load up Paint. This might be the easier way to do it. Oh. Hold up. Boom.
Azir.
Hang on.
I don't know where he goes, but he fits one of them. I saw skin and World Team skin. It has to be Azir.
Okay, you know what? No, we're just gonna do it on the big screen. That's fine. We're just gonna do it as is. Okay. Let's go left to right. World Cinematic Shadow Isles. Thresh. Automatically. Healy, if you want to answer yes or no in chat, you can, but like I feel like we can get through we should be able to get through this one without confirmations of anything. Like we'll see what we got wrong afterwards. But Shadow Isles World Cinematic is Thresh because in the Takeover music video, the guy faces off against Kassadin and then Modest Thresh.
This was meant for World's time. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Shurima, World's team skin. Azir.
Okay, so, well, hold up. Who else is from Shurima, champion-wise? Because Azir was also in the World Cinematic for Star Walking.
Oh, true. Has Nasus been in any? Renekton? Does Renekton have a World's team skin? Xerath?
Xerath, no. Has Renekton been in? I'm trying to go through World Cinematics. Rise was Kha'Zix versus Yasuo. Was Sejuani versus Vayne. And was Jarvan versus Rise. 2019. Wow, I'm really going to be testing my knowledge here. 2017 was Legends Never Die, which had Lee Sin, Garen, and Ashe. Is Lee Sin Shurima?
No. Weapons, Flash, etc. Jarvan is Demacia.
Demacian.
Rise.
So for World Cinematic Void, we have Kha'Zix. Because Kha'Zix was in the Rise video whenever Ambition fought Perks. It was Kha'Zix versus Yasuo. So we just need World Cinematic for Shurima. 2020 World Cinematic was... Wait, no, 2020 was I got it. Karma, 2019.
I thought Karma was Iona.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. 2019 was Phoenix, which had... Phoenix had Aurelia for Caps. Who did Rookie had Lysandra, and then who did Faker have? Was Faker just Rise or the media? I don't know. Either way, it wasn't that. Okay, so
He was the Rise.
Okay, so then 2020 Takeover was Kassadin, Thresh, Caitlyn, Jarvan, Lee Sin.
Why don't we just come back to Shurima?
Well,
there's really not a Renekton in any of these. Renekton's like one of the most played champs at every Worlds.
2021. What was 2021 song? Burn It All Down. Oh, okay, hang on. Burn It All Down would probably be the one where we get it. Burn It All Down was so many champions. It had Syndra, Orianna. It had Jhin, Kai'Sa. It had... Wait, is Jhin Shurima or Ionian? We don't know.
All right, you said Azir was Shurima and World Cinematic.
Yeah, so
right?
Okay, we'll use that. We'll
find Azir. Because isn't Renekton this year's?
Yeah, but I feel like that if he was intending us to do this around Worlds 2020 or like Worlds this past time, I don't think it's fair. Also,
so Renekton doesn't count yet.
Also, Renekton wasn't a Worlds team skin. That was just the Worlds Championship skin.
Oh, you're right. Gosh dang it.
All right, let's move Azir over to World Cinematic, and we'll try and figure out something else for a team skin.
Shadow Isles Project skin.
Shadow Isles Project skin?
Lucian is Shadow Isles, right?
No. Is he? No, he's not.
Yeah, Lucian goes to the Shadow Isles to kill Thresh.
Yeah, but he goes to the Shadow Isles. He's not from the Shadow Isles.
He's considered Demacian.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like Senna, I think, might be considered Shadow
What?
Isles.
Won't Senna just be Demacian?
Maybe
Does Callista have
a project skin.
does,
I don't think so.
yeah.
No.
Does she have a world skin?
Yeah, SKT Callista, isn't there? Senna is notably not Demacian. So Senna is Shadow Isles then. 100% Shadow Isles,
And
yeah.
how'd they meet?
Because she was able to get him out of the lantern. So
He got her out of the lantern.
yeah, but
But they met before that.
but technically, like as she comes out, then she's Shadow Isles.
Of a sentinel.
But
Okay.
Sentinels can be from any region. I don't. Okay, hang on. Okay, pause. What other Shadow Isles champions are? Hecarim? Does Hecarim have a project skin? Does Hecarim have a
Sorry.
project skin?
Uh, who'd you use for Shadow Isles again in World Cinematic?
Thresh.
Damn, he's also got a world skin.
Well, Callista has a world skin, so we already got that one covered.
Callista does have a world skin.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she has T1.
Does she?
Hold up.
Nick can tell us. Well, that's Nick's thing.
Nick can tell. Nick can confirm yes or no in chat to that one. I'm gonna say Callista. I'm 99% certain T1 Callista is a thing. Project skin though. Who else is from the Shadow Isles? Callista does work in that square. Okay, I got it. Nice. Let's go.
Okay, we're good. We have Thresh
and Callista both.
And Callista down.
Yep.
Azir works as well
for the World Cinematic. Shurima. Yep. And Void Cinematic, we already know Kha'Zix is 100% in there, so we're good. But Project Skin Shadow Isles. Who else is from the Shadow Isles?
Well, I just like that Nick is getting excited for his
because we mentioned his champion and he gets all hyped.
But Shadow Isles, well, because there's Bilgewater in Shadow Isles, I guess. So Hecarim, does Hecarim have a project skin?
I do not know. Oh, I need to
Pike.
Hang on, I need to bring in chat. I'll bring in chat later. Oh, Pike does have a project skin. But no, Pike is Bilgewater, isn't he?
Pike is Bilgewater?
That's what I thought. Pike is Bilgewater. I'm playing Ruin King right now, and I knew that one.
Does Viego have a project skin?
I don't think he does. You're the Viego main? You tell me.
I always play base Viego. I don't buy his skins.
Shadow Isles champions. I have to Google.
I don't want to cheat.
We've already said it. Is there a champion that we...
You can't Google it. He said it's cheating.
I mean, I Googled it anyways, and I still don't know the answer.
Hecarim? He said we already said it.
It has to be Hecarim then. Lock in Hecarim for that answer. There's only 8 Shadow Isles champions, by the way.
There's only 8?
Yeah, there's only 8.
Oh, it's not Hecarim? Gosh dang it. Okay, we've already said it, and it's not... Who have we said?
We said Callista. We said Thresh. Wait, they're both currently in TFT. Does Yorick have a project skin?
Yorick is Shadow Isles?
Yes, he is.
No, he doesn't. Yorick is XXX triple rated. MF.
She's Bilgewater.
I know, but she's XXX.
God damn it, Paul.
If there was a League of Legends... Oh, Mord.
Wait, is Mordekaiser... Yeah, because there's a Project Mord.
Is there a Project Mord?
Yeah, there is. There is 100% a Project Mord.
No way.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Board works.
Yeah.
All right, so we're done with Shadow Isles.
God bless.
On to Shurima.
Senna also worked. You just never said it was your answer. I thought we said Senna was in Shadow Isles.
Yeah, he said she wasn't. Or something. He said she was
Damn.
a sentinel. I guess he didn't say she wasn't.
Yeah,
He said she was a
he said,
sentinel.
okay, yeah. Lucian in it. I told you she was. I told you, and you fought me. Oh, because she
didn't
came
fight
out.
you.
No, you. How's she that? She came out of the lantern. She had to come from somebody else or somewhere else. It's like, no.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how are they? How are they a couple if they're both from different lands? I guess they met.
Because when
And
she gets
then became a thing?
reincarnated out, when she.
Well, she's his wife.
Oh, Isidel, which is like the soul thing that's inside of Senna. Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Anyways, moving on to Shurima. I don't know what all Shurima. Oh, never mind. I know at least one. Talia is a Shurima champion. So that's the world's team skin.
Yeah.
Samsung. Samsung Talia is locked in there. We already got Azir for the world cinematic. Project skin. Who else is from Shurima?
Ramus. Isn't Rek'Sai technically Shurima?
No, Rek'Sai's Void.
I thought Rek'Sai was Shurima.
She's a purple Void monster.
Yeah, but she comes from like the sands. Shurima.
No. I put all Void champs is from the Void. Yeah, so no, that would not count. I don't know. I'm trying to think who else.
Well, you have Azir, Renekton, Xerath.
Does Renekton have... Wait, there's a Project Renekton skin, isn't there?
You wouldn't call Kha'Zix an Extalion champ. I mean, if you're calling Lucian a Demacian, then I feel like you
Lucian
can call...
is 100% Demacian. You're talking about Senna. Don't get yourself tripped up now in your own stupidity.
No. Lucian 100% lives in the Shadow Isles killing everybody.
No, he does not!
In there.
He literally went there to free Senna, and that was it!
Senna was born in Demacia. She wasn't born in the Shadow Isles.
She was reincarnated in the Shadow Isles. So yes, she's basically
he goes
reborn
back to get his wife.
Oh my god, you're unbelievable.
Whatever.
Either way, yeah. So Project Renekton, 100%. Like that, I'm locking in Project Renekton.
Renekton has a project skin?
Yes, he does.
Huh.
Let's go. Okay, so we just got Void World Cinematic.
See, that shows how little I watch.
I know. World Cinematic, Kha'Zix, World's Team Skin, Kaisa, Project Skin, who else?
Is Void?
Yeah, Void.
Does Kassadin have a skin?
I don't. Why are you asking the ADC if Kassadin has a fucking project skin?
You said Kaisa.
Yeah, I said Kaisa, which I know for a fact because I play Invictus Gaming Kaisa literally all the time. It's my skin of choice. Oh, dude, I just cracked my hip. That hurts.
Is Kassadin in a world cinematic?
Yeah.
Does Kha'Zix have a project skin?
Kassadin is in a world cinematic and Kha'Zix is in one as well. I don't know if either of them have skins. Is there another Void ADC that I'm missing that I can't think of?
Mecha. Thank you. Another Void ADC?
It's just
Who's another
Kaisa.
Void champ? Well, Rek'Sai. Does Rek'Sai have a project skin?
I don't know. Cho'Gath? Does Cho'Gath have a project skin? I don't think Cho'Gath does. There's no way.
Cho'Gath doesn't.
Rek'Sai has a Turnum and Cho'Gath does not. Okay, so there's another Void champion that we are missing then. Clearly.
Who would be a Void champ?
Are there any
Think
voids?
about
Is there a Project Vel'Koz skin? There might be. I don't know if I'm willing to lock that in. Is there any other
is there ADCs?
that I'm okay? I'm going down the list of ADCs, starting like A.
Varus.
Varus is Darkin. He's not Void.
I was just messing with.
I would have freaked had I like fucked that one up. Okay, hold up.
Thinking of Vex.
No, Vex is Shadow Owl.
Vex.
Or no,
No, I'm thinking. Not way. Way.
A what?
Briar.
Briar's
I was just
no. Why am I blanking on this? It's pissing me off. C, is there any like there's nothing with C. Wait, your boy forgot Varus got retconned? What do you mean? He's Darkin infused with the two soldiers. He's not. Varus is not Darkin. Get the fuck out of here. No, he's not. Or he's not a Void. Bullshit. Varus, the arrow of retribution.
He's trolling.
Okay, thank God. I was about to say because I know Varus has a project skin and it's his ugliest skin. So like I was gonna be really pissed off if I somehow didn't manage to get that one. Fuck. What other?
I can't think of another.
I'm gonna lock in Vel'Koz.
Oh, he put Varus there?
Oh, you idiot. I'm sitting here worried about fucking champions that don't exist. God damn it. Okay, get in chat. I'm pulling you in here so we can wrap up this podcast and I can flame the shit out of you for that.
I trolled, dude. He's purple. It's not my fault.
Just because he's purple does not mean that he's fucking Void.
Every other Darkin is red.
Wait, is that true?
Rost, Aatrox, the other two, Neferi.
All Darkin champions.
I'm like 90% sure before he got retconned with his little cinematic, he was meant to be from the Void, though.
I mean, I can see that because his base color scheme is more purple than it is red. However, the red accents on everything really do kind of set him apart. So, like, no, he's like firmly there. Nice Worlds jersey, by the way. How many wins did you guys get with that?
How many times did you make it to an international this year?
Next question. More than Paul. At least I didn't lose my org while not making it to an international event.
Okay.
I say
yeah, well, at least, I mean, we'll probably be in a region that won't be gone in 5 years, so.
Assuming you even get into a goddamn region.
We're gonna be bottom 18 LPL for like the next 10 years, dog. Enjoy it.
Could be.
I don't know. Alright, anything
Can still win as many games as NA at Worlds.
You mean Team Liquid. Everybody else won games. Thank you very much.
Not against each other.
Team Liquid won one. They won one against GAM. They won a game. They didn't go undefeated. They didn't go winless.
Great. Phenomenal. We won a single game off of Levi after having him in fucking Academy for 100 Thieves for years. So technically, 100 Thieves got to win at Worlds. Thank you very much. Where's your TSM alumni getting a win?
That's like, did 100 Thieves make quarters because FBI made quarters?
Yeah, we also made it pretty far at MSI as well because of Huhi.
So delusional, dude.
Not as delusional as LCO fans thinking that I give a shit about how much they get paid.
I don't even know where the LCO is. Is that Oceania?
Yeah, it's Australia.
Who the fuck cares?
Not Riot.
If you're not watched, you shouldn't be paid. It's like that's your whole area of money driving.
I mean, I put out an 11-minute video on it. For those that are still watching around, I would go check that out because that gives my full thoughts on it. But I want to wrap this up because Emily's going to be home here soon. And I don't want to be in her... Oh, wait. Hold up.
This guy says he doesn't care about LCO, but he's ever posting about them.
I thought you're, sorry, I'm talking close so I don't talk too much. I thought your thing ended at 10:30.
It's just about done in like a minute and a half.
You said 10:30. Well, anyway, I just got off the bus. I thought maybe the dogs had to go out and you wanted to meet me.
Nope, they're good until midnight.
Oh, okay. So you're good then?
Yep. I'll see you soon.
Okay, I'm walking home. All right, bye.
Bye. Yeah, Paul, as bad as you think you got it right now, I promise you Emily has it worse.
Oh, because she has...
She has acute bronchitis. Like, it's in her lungs.
Jesus.
And she, like, cannot talk right now. But...
That's rough.
Any final thoughts? Because as you guys just heard, I'm on a ticking time bomb.
No, sir.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to all the people that are still here from Siege's raid. Your presence is more than appreciated. I hope you enjoy the conversation of two rumbling idiots and then this guy who can't even put together... I won't mess
up next time, dude.
He can't even put together a simple graph, which, you know, there went his chances at being, you know, content manager out the window. Just like that.
Dude, you are going to get so fucking destroyed the first time you walk up into a Jarvan or anything, dude.
That's all he can resort to. Meanwhile, I didn't lose that game for us. Anyways.
What do you mean you didn't lose? That's how we lost that game.
That's it. Everybody have a great night. See you next week. Adios.
Oh.